Hey everyone, I'll focus on Curitiba, Brazil to start off question number 1 for this week's module. I think that bus rapid transit, or BRT, is something that New York City can benefit from. BRT consists of buses that run in dedicated bus lanes, and so they are not impacted by traffic congestion. They run on a set schedule, are highly efficient, and I think even Jamie Lerner stated in his TED Talk that about 80% of residents in Curitiba use the BRT system. Another approach from Curitiba that can work in New York City is teaching sustainable practices in schools. Lerner said that children in Curitiba learn about recycling from as young as 6 months old. This can easily be implemented into the New York City school system, and there's already some sustainability education in New York schools already, but not to this degree or this robust. I'll also link the New York Department of Education website below that can provide more information on this. One of the obstacles faced in New York's current bus system, this comes from a website called Untapped Cities, is that buses only have protected lanes during peak hours, and this is also not strictly enforced. And then an obstacle to implementing BRT in New York City is that the Mass Transit Authority, which oversees transportation projects in the city, lacks the financial and political will to build such a system. And this also comes from Untapped Cities. Moving on to Freiburg, Germany, I think that the abundance of solar panels there can easily be replicated in the very dense urban environment of New York. There are countless rooftops being unused for solar, or being used for green roofs for that matter. So they are left soaking up solar radiation, which contributes to the urban heat island effect. Another aspect of Freiburg that is feasible in New York is the global transport concept. One aspect of this concept that I liked, and I think would benefit New York, is how the traffic management and cycle path network are updated every 10 years. We can see very clearly in New York with the congested streets and the non-protected bus lanes and bike paths that they can definitely benefit from periodic updating. And an obstacle to global transport concept and robust public transit and bike paths in general is behavioral changes. New York residents, along with much of the rest of the US, are extremely prideful in their independence, and private car use is very much tied to this notion of independence. And so any challenge to this, such as limiting car use in favor of public transit or biking, is seen as an attack on the fundamentals of freedom itself, even if those changes are beneficial to personal well-being and also the environment. But this isn't the only obstacle, as a Vox article I have linked below talks about the privatization of cities' transportation systems that happened in the 1960s, which led to the demise of our current public transit system. The second question asks, considering trade-offs, personal behavior, governance, and laws, are you willing to live in a city like Freiburg, Curitiba, or Singapore? Absolutely. All of these cities combined feature robust social safety nets, green infrastructure, and major investments in public transit. All of these are crucial to ensuring sustainability. And also, driving a car is one of the most dangerous things that we do, and most of us have to do it every single day. So any city that discourages its use by making investments in public transit and bicycle infrastructure is one that I would be more than happy to live in.